My wife thinks I cheated on her, just because I said I don't regret sleeping with other women during the time we were broken up. That breakup happened because she started talking again to her ex, the man she had left me for. Now, she wants me to take back what I said. I'm the one who wrote this post. My wife is currently pregnant, and she's spiraling emotionally because of what I said, something I can't and don't want to take back. We have a long history. We met when we were 22. Our relationship was ambiguous, somewhere between romantic and undefined. We both had feelings for each other, and she even admitted she loved me, but she said she wanted to be single and explore herself, so she decided not to be with me. Eventually, she started dating someone else, fully aware that it broke me. I cut all contact immediately. At 27, we reconnected. Despite all the chaos and pain from before, the connection was still there. Like an invisible thread, she sincerely apologized, went to individual therapy, and we had many deep conversations before restarting things seriously. We took it slow, shared happy moments and dreams, and for the first time, I began to imagine marriage. Then we got engaged. 7 months into the engagement, she received a follow request on Instagram from her ex, the one she'd left me for. She politely responded when he messaged, "Hello, that broke me. Thought that man was gone from our lives for good." I couldn't shake the feeling that my fiancé still needed some sort of validation from him. Even if it was just a greeting, she didn't immediately reject his message, nor did she tell me about it beforehand, and that made me feel like she still wasn't fully loyal. She tried to explain that she didn't realize it would hurt me that much, but I couldn't get past it, and I ended the relationship, even though it devastated both of us, especially her. During the breakup, I wasn't sure whether I still wanted to be with her, so I continued sleeping with her occasionally, while also dating and sleeping with other women. She knew about it, but still kept seeing me. Eventually, I realized it was destroying her emotionally, so I told her I needed to let go, because it was breaking her spirit. But deep down, I was also moved by how much she was willing to endure just to be with me. After a few months, we got back together officially, and later, we got married. My wife recognized her mistakes from the past. The relationships I had during our breakup didn't mean much emotionally. They were just experiences that helped me understand myself better. Still, I told her, right before we got engaged again, that I didn't regret what I did. It was painful. Yes, but I felt it made our relationship more balanced, because she once left me for someone else. At least this time, I wasn't the only one who had to suffer. She also got to feel what it was like to lose me, the same way I once felt about her. I admit that's toxic in some way, but it gave me emotional closure. She didn't like hearing it, but she accepted it maturely, and we lived happily for 3.5 years after marriage. Now, 5 months into her pregnancy, she's having another breakdown. She cries every day, saying that I cheated right in front of her, begging me to take back what I said. She wants me to say that I didn't need to sleep with anyone else. But I can't erase the truth, nor can I deny how I truly felt, especially since, from my perspective, she was the one who first opened that door by letting her ex back into her life. I've stood by my words. We hadn't brought up this topic once in 3.5 years. Until a few weeks ago, I wasn't the one who reopened it. But when she asked, I was just being honest about my perspective, and it shattered her. I tried to explain that during that breakup, I genuinely wasn't sure if I wanted to be with her again, but that explanation only made her hurt even more. When I made the post, I was still at the office. I had left home after that argument. I spent the whole day working and slept there overnight. She called me many times, but I didn't pick up. I needed time to think. When I finally came home, she greeted me, looking like she hadn't slept all night. I stopped her from walking into the kitchen and said, "We need to talk," I told her. "First of all, still want to give us another chance, but I'm also considering whether this marriage should continue or not." She looked like she was about to cry, but held it in to listen. I said I wished our past hadn't been so messy, that I never admitted to cheating, because that's not what happened. But I understood her pain, and I wished things hadn't gone this far. Told her she had to understand that I wouldn't lie just to make her feel better. What I did during the breakup happened because I genuinely wasn't sure if I wanted to be with her, and it was a direct reaction to her reaching out to her ex. I told her I had always felt our relationship was unbalanced, that she could walk away and still be seen as the good one. So, dating other people made me feel like I was reclaiming some kind of fairness that had been taken from me. I told her that even though I wished things had gone differently, she needed to learn to accept my perspective. She couldn't keep projecting her guilt onto me. If she hadn't left me back then, none of this would have happened. I added that maybe it would have been better if we'd never gotten back together in the first place. But now we have a family, a child on the way. I told her to think carefully. Can she live with this truth? I said I was willing to go to marriage counseling with her. But I also made it clear, I would not say something I don't believe in. If she couldn't accept that, then we'd have to talk about what's best for the baby, whether that means staying together or parting ways. She completely broke down, sobbing just like the day she once apologized for leaving me. Only this time, it hurt even more. Through her tears, she said, "I don't want to lose you, but I don't feel like you've really chosen me either." She even pointed out the irony of it all. "Now I finally understand how you felt back then, when I was the one who broke your trust." That hit me deeply. I realized she truly understood my pain. It was just that now, the roles were reversed. She said that after thinking about it. The real reason she kept asking me to take back what I said was because she had never forgiven herself for leaving me years ago to be with someone else. She said, "That was the biggest mistake of my life. Even though things turned out well afterward, I still carry that guilt. I just wanted to hear you say you regretted it, so that I could finally forgive myself." I began to understand, even though I didn't fully agree. I could feel the genuine pain in her words. I told her that back then, I was hurt, confused, and I did what I thought I needed to do. But now, I understand how deeply that hurt her. I promised her I would never repeat that again, because now I'm sure, and she's the only one I want, to me, that felt like an emotional breakthrough. We both realized that what we each wanted, at the core, was simply to feel chosen. We hugged, cried, kissed, and spent the whole night just holding hands in silence. But even with that closeness, I could still feel that the problem between us wasn't truly resolved. We only knew one thing, that we still loved each other, and neither of us was ready to let go.